Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax, and I am back today with a kind of goofy fun experiment. We'll be taking that card you just saw and putting it into a pot of boiling hot water. So, let's begin. I figured Missy's treatment would be ideal for this particular experiment. So, why am I boiling a PSA slab? Well, a couple reasons. Last summer, I had Gary from Pawn Stars reach out to me and said, "Hey, why don't you try this? Try boiling a PSA slab, throw it on video, see what people think." So okay, people like goofy stuff like that. So that was one reason. Another reason I wanted to do this particular experiment is because I'm able to do so, and really it just kind of seemed like a fun thing to do. So I'm going to do it. That's kind of where my mindset is currently. So I had a little bit of extra time today. The girlfriend's out of the house. Otherwise, I'd be being yelled at right now. I could totally see that being a thing. So just kind of curious to see what would happen when we throw a slab into boiling water. So I know from research I've done previously, the melting point on a PSA slab is somewhere between 160 and 200 degrees. Somewhere in that ballpark. Obviously, boiling water, you're at 212 degrees, so you should see some kind of warping on the PSA case. Interestingly enough, it looks like PSA slab is fairly buoyant. It's not too dense, and I'm going to be very interested to see at the end of this experiment how much water this particular slab took on. I know I've done a submersion experiment before off camera for another slab, and the reality is if you submerge a slab within minutes it takes on water because they are not waterproof slabs. You can call PSA and actually verify that yourself. I've called them before and said, okay, what can they do? And they said nothing on the UV spectrum, and they are not waterproof. So absolutely 100% the truth. Definitely not boil proof. It looks like we're seeing warping already. You can kind of see, I don't know how well we're going to be able to see that. There's kind of a bend to it right in the middle. You can kind of see it. We'll take this card out after it's boiled for a couple minutes. But at the time I'm making this video, the clock on my video timer says 2 minutes 30 seconds. So we probably saw warping within 2 minutes is what I would say. And again, we just took a room temperature slab and threw it into water that was already boiling. It's already at that 212 degree threshold. Water is in fact becoming steam, so it is in fact very hot. We're still seeing additional warping. I can actually see the bottom of the card. Get out of light maybe. Bottom of the card is submerged while the rest of it stays afloat. And that's because it has warped so much. It'd be interesting to see if that slab actually cracks open. They're supposed to be vacuum sealed, so I'm kind of curious to see if you'll see expansion to the point where the slab itself will actually pop open. I have not seen that on other heat tests I have done, but my other heat tests didn't involve water. So see if there's water gets into the slab itself. We'll see if that water kind of expands and makes steam and creates pressure and actually pops the card open. So just kind of a goofy fun experiment, something I had some spare time today. I say, you know what, we can do this. We can have some fun. It's been a while since I've done kind of a goofy fun experiment. I've got my other experiments running. Well, one experiment I should say. UV light testing is still going on. And I took a look at them today. And even in an area with very low UV index scores, it's winter here in Pittsburgh, I'm still seeing some fading on a lot of the test slabs that I've put together. So originally I wanted to run that experiment for a whole year, see what kind of fading we would get. I may pull that experiment early. I may pull it in time for Worlds, so maybe a roughly 10-month experiment to see what kind of fading we got from relatively low UV indexes. And I have another test group running that is actually mimicking like natural house light, like if you turn the lights on in your house, that kind of spectrum. Alright, we're nearing the 5-minute mark on my video camera. I will be pulling this here in a couple seconds. Let it go for another couple. Oh yeah, you can definitely see there's some warping here. Pull this bad boy out. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. That is awesome. Totally destroyed. We'll put that down. Turn my stovetop off here. We'll take a look at it. So there we go. You know, if you were in a house fire with and kept your cards in a safe, and maybe firefighters came in and doused your safe, you know, the water inside of your safe is still going to be really, really hot. So, while this is a worst case scenario, this is still something that you may see even in a fireproof safe. So, I can touch that. It's very warm, but I can touch that. You can actually see there's water in the slab itself. Oh yeah, definitely water in the slab. Get my camera to focus. Yeah, you can see it's on the label, it's on the card. So definitely not a card you could submit for regrade, and that's definitely shot. But yeah, guys, if you're ever curious what happens when you put a PSA slab into boiling water, 212 degrees is definitely past the threshold you want to hit. But yeah, that's it. That's a kind of a cool thing. Happy to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed me destroying a card yet again. I seem to have a habit of that. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. And I'll have a post on E4 soon about this.